Today it's May 7th, 2025. It's my first day of posting with peace and wine. What else? What else? On Facebook, I've kept my posts positively ish. I've shared my GoFundMe campaign. I've made public my bank account number so that people give me money. And my GoFundMe campaign link, GoFundMe is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. PayPal es Blue Sky Designs, todo lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIASAY. I am Tire Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene. What else? You can give me money in person. You can give me money in person. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I want food and I don't have money. I only have like $43 in food stamps. I got myself a sack lunch at Catholic Charities. I'm a victim of theft, domestic violence, abuse, genocide, sexual harassment, rape, harassment, theft. Mostly everyone in my family of origins, at least una asquerosidad for the rapists, murderers, and thieves. For the most part, so disgusting. So they steal my money and they get in the way of me receiving money. And they steal my vehicles, they stay in my homes without my permission, trying to rape me, Jada and Kanani. They're stupid. So I'm tired of the FBI, this Post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department, the United States, the International Criminal Court, maybe the U.S. Army, maybe the U.S. Marines. I'm seeking the death penalty for mostly everyone in my family of origin, their relatives, colleagues, neighbors that are rapists, murderers, and thieves. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When does the bus get here? My first day of posting healthily on Facebook, and I'm keeping up with that. What else? What else? What else? What else? I no longer feel the need to speak up with specific names saying who it is that steals from me. It's already on Facebook.com/ARBlueSky. I've sent screenshots of how my family of origin, their relatives, colleagues, and neighbors abused me to the International Criminal Court, the Department of Homeland Security. I've shown some to SAPD. I filled out FBI tip forms through the FBI's website. So I no longer feel that I need to share their names or what they say specifically, what they've done. I'll possibly share that on Facebook like as a once a year thing. Like, beware, these people may still be stealing from me or trying to kill me. What else? 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 I'm bored. I miss Jada. I miss Kaylani. I want to visit Jada and Kaylani in Tampa next week. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. One person's watching, one has like, this post was gifting me money today. I'm gonna do yoga. And I'm gonna do Zumba. What else do I want to do? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When does the biscuit here? I'm bored. I want tacos and ramen. Pero this is my first full day of being tranquilita on Facebook without mention of the names of the people that abuse me, without posting screenshots of how they abuse me. What else? 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 I'm bored. I want a Lexus. I want mine. What else? I want an RCF today. Let's get to me money. What else? 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 I'm bored. I want tacos. Oh, I've been suffering with starvation for the past 5 years, and I've yet to legally prostitute myself because I'm not a legal prostitute, and I won't ever be an illegal prostitute. Pride myself in that. How many people have died? Your grandma with your relatives being like, how many people putting in your name like president? Like globally. And you're like, I woke up and I just moved today. I haven't read anything but I'm just realized like the usual goodness. So many historic records, everything that my dad and my mom said that I got accomplished. I've accomplished. Gold prices are up. What else? Food prices went up, but it's not something unbearable. You shouldn't be financially stable. There's people that control inflation too, so that people don't go too much out of their way to charge for food prices, so that those on a lower money bracket don't starve. Those a lot of times are people that are keeping the planet going with amazements. They just choose to shop at Target for fun and don't want anything more expensive than that by choice. And there's the people who don't. Oh, I bought Jason Naylor there. What else did I do in the past 5 years while homeless and under the poverty level? I can't remember. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. Lord. Speaking of Target, I would have shopped like and they're empty today. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Never have to go back to Iron for help, and I need a cleaning, and I'm hoping I need to get in there for my teeth. I miss Bright and Dental. I did a good job in 2019. And there's like so many other dentists that I could visit. Or mac and cheese from Chick-fil-A. What else? I want to shop at H&M. I'll testify against the people that have abused me and stealing my home, stealing my homes, to steal my homes, to steal my vehicles. I get annoyed when they're seeing my name. What else? What else? What else? I miss data. I miss people. Whenever it just said 700, I want to know what you can on it. 300 Main or the Arts Residences or 7600 Broadway or Art House or near the Dominion or what else? The Floodgate. What else is here? There's a Marvel project that's coming soon to this area too. What else? 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 I'm bored. one of them used to giggle, calling perfect in front of him. So embarrassing for him. He's like, no. Your manly goals. What else? One person's watching, one has like dispense. I'm gonna shop at Trader Joe's. I won't go back to that. What else? I'm bored. What else? I want to finish listening to 2 books. One by Laura Roach and one about failed businesses. And like this. What else? Like that time at band camp when I thought my kid was seasick, then I placed her on the grass and I took a picture of it in Conquistador. We had just gotten out of a boat, Kaylani, Jaden, and Gary and I, and Kaylani started crying all of a sudden. And I'm like, I'm on my way to the hotel back from the beach so she could be hungry. She may want her diaper to be changed. She may want to have a bath already. Poor kid, she may have felt sticky from being sweaty at the beach. Or what? Pero I thought maybe seasick. So I placed her on the grass because I was carrying her and she was there in my ear and thought, we need a break, you and I. There. I don't remember if she calmed down or not. But I picked her up. That I know for sure. She's sleeping with her dad right now, or doing anything on her own. But it was up to the 20 she was with me. Yeah, she replied to my text a few days ago. And it was a half stop. What else? What? Go to stay at Arts Residences. An ice cream at the St. Anthony Hotel. What else? I'm bored. I would have bring a blanket here and read and bring food, possibly the car perhaps. Grilled pizza that's half cold-ish with avocado in it. Some fruit, some chocolate, water, and just sit there to read for a little bit. What else? I'm bored. One of my favorite the mirror is of a female that looks like Ilani Mike of the spot. And I took money to In-N-Out Burger to eat. I posted that on Facebook. And I find it hilarious that people take a picture of literally like offer a drink to the girl. What else? On the mural, so cute. She had water. The FBI agreed to mock my family abortion. They say like let's once again during this meeting. Laugh at her family abortion was the raper and there's like it's waters in her water. And she posts one on Facebook and they get mad because they pour water with sex witness of a vagina of a penis. So if one just does that for one kid and not one, so they're like, so ¿quién estábamos mojando? But they're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing too. They're not sexy. They killed millions of people over 40 something years. Of how unsexy they are. Ugh. Where's the reaction? Just kidding. And that is so really good. And that's fine. What else? I want to shop at H&M, and I was the other Grand Hyatt for about a week. Just read or room service, shop at H&M, watch TV. The last show that I watched was Emily in Paris, all season of it. So I'm furnace, but I love that too. What else? There's some Big Bang Theory I may want to catch up on, possibly. What else? What else? I want a burger from Mark's out. I like that burger. I need a soup, so I need to tan face up. There's a lovely bowl of the face that I will use. And tan face up. I'm not much into getting to the water. Only when there's like no one around. I have homes that I've yet to be in a pool. Lamentablemente el asco de agua de Puerto Rico se ha metido casi todo el mundo en mi piscina por literalmente gente de todos lados, la China, de la India, de Poland, de Los Ángeles, de Idaho, de Alaska, de Cancún, como si nunca hubiesen visto una maldita piscina bañándose en mi fucking casa y yo no me puedo quedar en mi fucking casa. Maldita sea la gente afrentada y asquerosa. What else? Seeking the penalty for thousands. I'm seeking the penalty for thousands. What else? One more. What is in this place? Oh boy, and there's crocodile nearby. Let's get the money. What is going on? There's somewhere. What else? Or it's a love video for the little ones. Love the black and so pretty. What else? 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 What is that all about? Eating bread and peanut butter in my apartment. Eating a also another chocolate pudding. I don't know for tomorrow. That means you eat those. Before you do more business. What else? What else? What else? What else? If you give me many in-person people, it's air response. Seconds on this one. Arlene Lorenzo, our shop, IAY, Video for me, okay, is love.me.com, so that's literally sadly there's people in my family of origin that were trafficked me to my parents' home. To enter my parents' home disrespectfully and raped them. Not worthy of my time. Hopefully no one ever thinks it's fair to me. That's it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Just a baby buscando que cocine algo, a quien sacrificarle dinero y regalo, a quien sacrificarle un barbecue literalmente de carne o de más. El tipo es un puerco, una basura. Times like 3, 4, 5, or 6. Full literally. What else? 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 Anyways, I'm very over full days ago, so that's not like daily this month. What else? That's why I want to stay strong because my mother had me in Wanderlust when I was a toddler. So I learned how to go ahead and culo safely with menoritos in my family of origin. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I just posted on Facebook this long time and dig it this month. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can give me my in person through PayPal. It's aired plus live plus 10%. Oh, it's straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art shop. MTA1. Being wrong. My entire shop, my GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/Arlene-Lorenzo-. Is that my vehicle? People use buildings to communicate with each other. There's a view audio-ish. That's how it sounds. That's the view of my Davitas looking and occasionally space. My dog takes that as a sign that I'm here at the right time instead of being just excited. Here in 2016. That's all we do. What else? I did my toddler's version with my parents. So lovely. I'm the victim of people trying to impose capitalism because they don't understand that it's just like a museum or a TV or beer. Everyone has beliefs. What else I'm gonna read today? I'm gonna listen to a book. What else? I'm bored. Yogurt. I'm waiting it. I want pizza from somewhere. What else? It's my full day of being healthy-ish on Facebook today after 5 years of leaving the store and leaving homeless and more dudes with them. Yeah, because I get a job and then I get terrorized by me. That's already making me disgusting. They think that people are gonna blame my parents. stupid. They're that stupid, ladies and gentlemen. These are men of adult age that follow me. So disgusting. Saying her parents are magnets. They're terrorists, so girls. Ew. It's so embarrassing now. Oh my God. What else? Lord. I know. Another concert. What? Everyone that stays in my house, I push everyone that steals my name. Everyone that gets to look at me steals money, everyone that steals my money. Everyone that steals it. It's amazing. I would have guessed it was a song. Thank you. What else? What else? I'll shop at today. What else? What else? The people that I grew up around think that they programmed my. Have you heard how stupid they are? They're like, well, take it off, Arlene. Say, take it off. So you look like a sex addict like me. Just say, take it off when you see someone. They're stupid at a level that they've killed millions of people. Just having met me and hating how smart I am. You got a snitch. Ew. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Zero people are watching. They're like this house. I miss Dana Escaloni. I miss Dana Escaloni. Yeah, I made enough. What else? What else? I'm bored. To clean my apartment, but I'm gonna lay on my bed. And just rest. Money. What else? Those are pretty. Those are very pretty. What else? Those leeches that I grew up around that raped me. That steal my money. want to give me thank you. Be like, well, now that you reported them publicly, how gross they are. They're so well behaved, Arlene. I take her out y se porta tan bien. Y con el dinero que te robamos, la tengo tan linda y lo tengo tan lindo. Gracias, Arlene, por reportarme al FBI. De que yo te robo tu dinero, tu casa, tus vehículos, tus pertenencias, que te quiero violar y te quiero matar por no darme ese culo solamente a mí. Deja que las vean modelando en Instagram, en Facebook, por la panadería. They're stupid, they're so gross. Ew, they're embarrassing. You get a copy to everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that steals from me in my homes, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, you can decapitate. It's May 7, 2025. What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? It's my first day of posting healthy-ish on Facebook today. After 5 years of being homeless and extremely poor and starving and missing Jack, I finally posted everything and reported everything that I know about the abuse source to the police, to the Interpol, to the FBI, to the Department of Homeland Security, to the International Criminal Court. What else? To the U.S. Army, to the U.S. Marines, to the U.S. Coast Guard, to the U.S. Air Force. What else? I'm bored. What else? One person's watching. They're gonna like this post. Lord. Lord. What else? There's no problem on my apartment. You can put my electricity bill to the website cbsenergy.com. I also don't mind the account number and account number. Visit government. I may need to pay $25 to reconnect the service, even after you pay for one sales tax. What else? I'm a victim of a hate crime of perfection, I've been told. What else? I'm bored. What else? The perfection is also like a margin of error, but also in the eyes of the planet, I'm a victim of abuse, and I don't attract those people for them to abuse me, so I still remain perfection. And I'm always aware of that. That's why I hate using that phrase, but I walk with my head up high. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. You can give me money in person to PayPal. It's air, blue sky designs, all of the setting sun goes straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. I'm trying to shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofund.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo. I'm appalled that my second husband thinks that he's my husband and could just transfer my vagina to live with this one as if I'm just a piece of chicken thigh. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can take how they how many sons that hurry me to steal my money even though I receive it. They're stupid, so gross. They follow the telenovela script of the people that rape them and that they rape because sex addicts sadly band together so that they don't run out of sex. But what they are is animals together. So it's so embarrassing. They're raping, I'm raping so gross. Anyways, I don't have the key to my apartment. I lost it a while ago. However, you can give me money. And I can go ahead and request it at the front office. A quick fix. I left a mess earlier. I hate that. I'm selling that Hot Wheel for like $3 today. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm selling that Hot Wheel for $3 today. What else? I'm bored. I want to sit here or tan noon. What else? 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 I need to clean that. I need to mop. And I miss how I'm working. Washer and dryer and hand washing my clothes. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? My healthy discharge. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to paint and there's no electricity. I want to watch TV. What else? I am extremely bored. I miss Jaden. I miss Kaylani. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? I'm eating bread with peanut butter. And just what I like to. I'll listen to this bump on the bottom. Now that I've reported almost everyone to my knowledge, that steals from me things in my home without questions. Oh, I have. Then I got earlier at bottle cherries. Like that one. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm being killed by people who want peanuts that I don't want. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. When will I clean my apartment again? When will I clean my apartment again? Hopefully soon. More chips. Tomorrow, else night. What else do I want to do? wash some t-shirts, take them out. Maybe they didn't get one of them. Maybe not. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You look at the cafeteria one that steals my money, gets in the way of your money, steals my vehicles, stays in my homes without my permission. That's like people. I'm just trying to see what about her makes her a responsible mother. Most of my relatives also watch me with a significant other, so embarrassed about my relative. Let's watch this horror of a woman that just lost her kids. I'm trying to gauge how much of the significant other knows about how much they steal from me. I witnessed that when I was growing up. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm not interested in their dicks. They create so. I'm not interested in their dicks. They create so much hype around it, and there's much hype around it, and there's people trying to kill me thinking that I'm after their dick. They're stupid. They're trying to get me killed to steal my generational wealth. They have no respect for themselves. They're disgusting. Ew, uno puerco asqueroso. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I want to finish stitching up. I've reported all the abuse towards me already. I was speech impaired in 2020. And he sent people over to try to get me to kill myself. And he thinks that I'm going to take it out on a date? Ew, un puerco, una basura, una ferocidad. Slim chickens, people call that what he has. Do you know what slim chickens is? I thought about this and I didn't want to talk about it in the bus. Because after I'm done talking about them. He goes through life because I won't date him. And he uses the excuse I know nothing that I like from him. He just hasn't raped me. So he literally goes through the planet and any piece of shit that is in the Arlene, let's play around. Todas pónganse bonitas, todos vamos a salir juntos. Y Arlene is the main bitch. Y they enlisted someone else. So he did that up until like my late teens, and I rejected every single one of those people. I'm not gonna let him rape me. For him to treat me to dates with my own money. Tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. So as I'm living life, sometimes at Walmart I run into a slim chicken. And it becomes a Facebook friend, but I just think maybe that person has talent, not that's trying to rape me or kill me. Yeah. So for a while, mostly everyone that had on Facebook is a slim chicken. They may have like fun behind the scenes, but to the FBI and everyone, that is classic. People know that mostly everyone of those people is an embarrassment. So gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So they're waiting for me to show up. They possibly practice pretending to be. On what days we will all wear red. What days we all stitch for him. Sting. Also, that they follow along. They possibly go on and get a picture. They get a picture recreated. They're like, well, where are his chickens? I'm hoping to be her, hoping that we do something that will entice her to get us, for her to be the main bitch, and we'll do everything together and we all match. Huh? I didn't pick them. I didn't ask for that. I'm not attracted to them. There, the answer is no. I sent that decades ago. So I just stay to myself. Avoiding running into him, where he would say, Te tengo más, aquí hay más slim chickens, go ahead, get to work. He mocks them behind the scenes, most likely, if they're trying to do anything that they think would get them closer to me. He's a terrible person. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitated Benjamin's the sons that raped me to steal my money and get a lawyer, Simon. Maybe Richie did that too. But some of you grossness showed up to pay them for help. I'm not like in desperate need to find a woman to have sex with. That's like skiing and I grew up on an island with snow. It's when I find someone that I'm compatible with. What else? What else? What else? What else? El tipo un puerco. He's embarrassing. Anyways, it's this thing line. I'm bored. Bored. My banana. I'm bored. I've done really well today. Posted on Facebook. And in 2020, I was posting times in a day. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. It's his life. I'm just so small at the moment. I'm using the hotspot on my phone. I'm bored. I don't order food for myself. Don't worry. What else? 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 What? These are tagged in. Others I posted myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm no longer station paired. It's good. And it's my first full day that I've posted semi-healthy dish on Facebook. So I'm excited about that. 3 people are watching, 3 are like this post. I already have a picture for tomorrow for me to post. Oh, that could be too, like first watch. Do they deliver here? No, Madeline delivers waffles. That could be for the next day, for my first post of the day. I took this picture earlier while I was on library. What else? What else? I'm bored. Is this thing live? Oh yeah, it's live. Ish. From earlier when I turned on the hotspot. What else? I can order food for myself to be delivered here. Those things and money. Do I put it on or not? Possibly. What else? All my siblings think that anyone that has spoken up to them about stop abusing people needs to publicly Facebook story from a new Facebook post, social media post, or when I'm at the library. I think people are gonna walk up to me and be like, I shouldn't have said to your siblings the truth that they're disgusting. They're delusional. My siblings are death penalty worthy since they turned 18. They're sugars. What else? What else? They use any excuse to rape, murder, and steal from people. My parents said 2 months, I think, decades ago, that I'm huge as an influencer in creating world peace. So they study my patterns and they think they're gonna kill me and then be like, "We're peacekeepers everywhere. Worship us." They're stupid, so gross. They're so gross. They're embarrassing. So basically, that day, then my parents praised me on my ability to achieve world peace. My siblings said, "Well, we're gonna kill people to counter us." Arlene's talent, and that they've done. They blame me for my parents not having taken them to Disney. They could literally suffer though. They're stupid. They went on to find support groups of my parents didn't take it to Disney, and it's my little sister's fault. Let's kill her. They're stupid. I suggested to one of my siblings, and maybe all three of them, why don't you wait until I'm older? You can even visit without me, as long as I'm safe. And they're gross. One of them said, no, 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 by then someone will have already been to Disney 3 times. That, well, you're stupid then. No Disney trip is gonna fix it. What else? Porque so chantaje towards my parents. My parents even said that decades ago. They're like, Arlene is the best behaved child. Ella no nos chantajea. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Oh, my turn is so slow. I'm trying to show once again that I'm semi on Facebook after 5 years of exposing the people that steal from me, the way of me receiving money, stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, and receiving the death penalty. For everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. What else? 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 Pick up nearby. What I want to pick up nearby. What else? I just burped. There's some distant relatives that I will never get to meet that possibly I watched this. They're like, oh, we weren't there. Porque Puerto Rico sometimes is dangerous, the area where I grew up in. People starve people for penis and this, so a lot of people are careful about who they talk. I don't even search for anyone and be like, you're my sister family member. How lovely. When I bring like millions of stalkers without me wanting to. So those people sadly with so many stalkers get raped, get extorted of money, or get a headache for 5 minutes if they don't get abused. Of just like having to hear some dumb person speak to them. So I don't seek anyone. But it's cute. My dad may say no, that my mother's dead. That there will be people saying, oh, she just we miss her births. And oh, she just burped. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. John Figueroa Hernandez, if that's the real account, says hi from Puerto Rico. What else? I just read a comment on YouTube. I'm so bored. So everyone is from Puerto Rico, right? What else? What else? What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. Designs go and lo que estoy pensando straight to my heart. Shop INTAYIAFAY entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is that address or GoFundMe.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo. What else? What else? What else? I'm trying to change that to my apartment's address and see what's available for delivery too. 311 Sprigsdale Avenue, apartment 2321, San Antonio, Texas 78220. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And I don't have money not even to work. I don't have money for food. Ew, I don't even want to see the face of that dumb guy, my second cousin. Yeah. That steals from me, that stays in my homes without my permission. That steals my money, that gets in the way of me receiving money. So I can't date, so I can't live life. The looks that he may get from some people he's been raping for more than 30 years. Is it Andrew? Is it Albert? Is it Alex? Is it Leach? Que puercos son. Ew, 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 ew. So un asco. What else? I'm bored. What is Cabarellis again? Isn't this? Oh, this place isn't closed just yet. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I miss Jaden. I miss Kanoni. Oh, I missed it. I miss Kanoni. This who delivers? Una rosa. What would I order? Possibly phone wrong. Who's gifting me money? I have like $12 in my savings account. That's for funds for my period. I don't know what I'm getting in a few weeks or days. What else? I have like $2 in my PayPal account. That's for toilet paper. What else? 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 Possible. That looks so good too. But what I'm craving is a phone. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. 0 people are watching. Do you have like this post? But I'm financially stable, plan to travel the planet, meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna make. Oh, that's right. I had that phone from there. Maybe not. Possibly we couldn't fit that. He comes in to just we're gonna fit this like my fave at the moment. What else? 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 I want the flow. Do they have to? I want a salad. What else? I'm bored. What else? Con gandules. It's so good. I don't know what to do. What else? I miss cooking for myself. I miss cooking for myself. What else? Do I want bread? Maybe not today. Flour is the only option. Then keep in mind you need money. I mean, you need water. That's it. To eat this. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, but that's not what I want. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm financially stable, plan to travel the planet, meet people. Ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna get back to stitching up. So there's my pins. I have a puzzle that I can complete just now. I bought a crossword puzzle. The word search puzzle at CVS a few weeks ago. And I have a pen. I have colored pens there. Time for me to buy a pen, and I don't have any money. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapit how many daughters and sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of my steal money. That stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Designs Go. Lo que estoy pensando straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIAFAY. I'm Tire Shop. We can paint is gofundme.com/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Designs Go. Lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Ali Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIAFAY. I'm Tire Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? You can give me money in person. If I trust you. I'll most likely be at the library tomorrow. I miss Dayton. I miss Kailani. I miss Dayton. I miss Kailani. What else? I'm looking for the word toss in this puzzle. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I haven't spoken to anyone in my family of origin in more than 4 years. I'm so happy about that. What else? 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 I'm bored. Still, this hasn't posted, but I've posted very healthy leash. Who it is this or who stays in my homes with all my permission? What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Do I take it off? Oh, I need to wash them. Oh, my clothes. And I don't have a working dryer washer. Oh, so those leeches, they're gross. They go on saying, she's gonna have to pay. What else? I missed you, Miss Kailani. I missed you, Miss Kailani. Anyways, you can decapitate everyone that steals my money, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Designs Con, lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIAFAY, Entire Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/app/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. So I'm looking for the word toss here. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. This is so slow. Oh, Mother's Day is coming up soon. Lovely. I'm not going to put my institution just to see my children on Mother's Day. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receive money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. It's May 7th, 2025. What else? 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 I'm looking for the word toss here. What else? Oh, the planet is bored. It makes it unsafe. It's been proven. Millions of people trying to rape me. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? 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 What it is that I want to order? Mofongo. Oh, it's carne frita. And flan. I could add a note saying, please add mayo ketchup to my order. I could order on the side. Porque does carne frita come with the mayo ketchup? I would most likely just order it just to make sure. What else? I'm looking for toss. And this puzzle. I want to visit the beach this summer. What else do I want to do? What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? Anyways, you can give me money through PayPal. INTAY. What else? What else? What else? I miss dating. I miss Kailani. I miss dating. I miss Kailani. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet. Financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. I'm excited. I'll possibly start taking myself to dinner alone here in San Antonio. I'll start visiting the library. There's a lot of people that moved from LA to here, from other places, not necessarily me. Pero what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? People are searching for what they already had or want, such as I don't want to live in a place where there's snow at the moment. I want to be near a beach. So everyone for a while had been relocating, it seems, but not quite. What else? 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 I'm bored. What else? PayPal is here. Blue Sky. Blue Sky es todo lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. I am Tar Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. I'm looking for the word toss in this puzzle. And I can't find it. I'm now resorting to see if I can find a double S next to an O. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Then I have any dog trying to find an S next to an S. What else? I'm bored. Listening to music on Pandora. What else? What else? What else? Where is speed? What else? I skipped toss and no one. Where's speed? What else? I'm bored. Bored. Where's So did you reject a guy and after a while you start having like the worst bad luck? Is his name Andrew Alex Albert Leach? What else? That seems to have happened to me decades ago and I've always known. So I report him to the FBI for myself. I'm not doing the job for any of you. That may possibly be a victim of his. They're disgusting. They're stupid. Ew, 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 ew. He stole my money to date him, raped me in my bedroom, and then asked me if I want to have a relationship with him. And also asked me, or can I experiment? And I thought he meant like obviously in sex, like he can just go put his penis anywhere he wants, and then maybe if I just ran into him in La Playa or whatever, shopping, got an invite from him to visit him in his home. Decades later, that I would do the thing with him if available. Well, he's gone on to create a hate crime towards me for rejecting him. He's stupid, stupid. I won't ever want to see him. You can decapitate me, how many citizens of sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of receiving money. They can't do a hate crime towards me. It's called respect, and there's human rights, and there's the FBI that protects victims like me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's tribes. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So I'm currently looking for toss and speed. What else? Will I take a nap or not? What else? I miss Jaden. I miss going on. You want to visit Jaden? Can't talk about next week. Who's gifting me money? Oh no, back to on Facebook. Healthish. My first day after like 5 years or so. Earlier, I'm still trying to look. Please post. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm looking for the word toss. What else? I'm bored. Tied up behind this post. NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, the International Criminal Court. This is hilarious when it happens. Looking. And there's no electricity in my apartment too, so I'm now thinking, what if it gets dark? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. I want coffee and I don't know. What else? Do we want to take a nap? What else? I read this earlier. I'm bored. Mostly everyone in my family was stupid. Ew, they're embarrassing, so gross. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I can't find a word. What else? Oh, I don't have electricity. They're hoping that he kills me and then he kills himself. Times like 3 or 4. They're stupid. That's a lot of my siblings are disgusting. Ew. Anyways, I posted this earlier. What else? I posted this earlier. What else? I'm bored. I miss you. I want to attend an event at the Togo Center. Whether with my food stamps start a card at a discount or just full price. What else? I posted this earlier. I was charging my phone there and contemplated drinking coffee. However, I didn't. It's the lobby area. There's a lounge area. What else? I'm bored. What else? I want to eat a lot more here tomorrow, not on Monday. What else? And I want to shop H&M.com today. And I don't have money. I posted this earlier. I posted this earlier. I posted that earlier. I posted that earlier. I posted that earlier. What else? What else? What else? What else? I posted that earlier. And I already have. Well, that picture I'm posting tomorrow along this caption. If I ever receive money. Though I sometimes post on Facebook, like my first post is this. And then along with the picture lately. What else? I'm bored. I want a keyboard. Oh, I have chocolate. Did I make it before bed? What else? I've done great today. Not mentioning the people that abused me. I've done great today. Not mentioning the people that abused me. I took a picture earlier at Bazaar Library of a wall of magazines. So that's my post tomorrow along this caption because sometimes I post straight onto Facebook before checking my email inboxes for if I receive any money. But if anything, I can just edit it and be like, hey, I received money, and then post an update if I feel inclined to do so. About the money that I've received. Well, send it to me. How much? What else? I'm bored. So, I think I'm looking for the word toss, but I don't want to strain my eyes. So, I'll continue with this tomorrow. What else? 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 I'm bored. There's 70. What puzzles in this book? And I've almost completed 9. Sorry about that. Will I carry my pens tomorrow? I'm gonna stitch, paint. And I don't have expired food in my apartment. I hate that. I'm a victim of a hate crime, theft, domestic violence, abuse, genocide, sexual harassment, rape, harassment. I've been under the poverty level for the past 5 years and homeless. What is considered homeless? I don't have electricity or money to pay for the washer and dryer fees or food even. Mostly everyone in my family of origin is a rapist, murderer, and thief. They're sex addicts. They're porn addicts, so gross. What else? What else? What else? So they steal my money. They get in the way of me receiving money. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. So that I starve for them to get off ecosexually. They're animals. They get on top of each other. They don't even have a sex life. So there's nothing to report. They don't know fashion. They don't have good taste in anything. They're just whiners too. So they want a reason. Oh, they have sex like, ew, girls. That's not sex. Crying. So they're like, what else? What else? What else? Will they cry possibly? Ew, 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 ew. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money? Who's gifting me money? What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's Air, Blue Sky Designs, con lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. Entire shop on my GoFundMe campaign is GoFundMe.com/F/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acedo. I fucked myself this morning. What else? 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 I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, the International Criminal Court, the U.S. Army, the U.S. Marines, maybe what is it? Maybe the U.S. Coast Guard. I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that steals from me, that gets in the way of receiving money and steals my money. However, I'm doing really great. This is my first day on Facebook to not blame anyone specifically for the abuse towards me. I plan to continue doing that. I just needed a break from not mentioning them to tell the FBI and to tell the police. The abuse towards me, tell the Interpol. The abuse towards me, tell the Department of Homeland Security. The abuse towards me, tell the International Criminal Court. The abuse towards me, tell the Marines in the United States. The abuse towards me. I'm seeking the death penalty for thousands of people that steal from me, that get in the way of me receiving money, that steal my homes and steal my vehicles. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Shall I take a nap or not? Or should I get a pudding? Chocolate pudding. They would have tried to condition me to think that or show it like that's caca when it isn't. So I don't seek for help. But they condition people, witness that. There's some people are like, no, condition you to think of chocolate pudding as caca when it isn't, or diarrhea full. Beware, so and so has a hate crime towards you and doesn't want you to seek help. That's so him too. He's disgusting. He's disgusting. Una basura. My life is so much better than his. And in the past 5 years, they've traveled individually, those dicks, the entire planet with money that they steal from me, and there's still nobody in this planet. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, the International Criminal Court, the U.S. Air Force, maybe. Where did I place that go? What else? I'm bored. Oh, I purposely miss them trying to get me to kill myself. I say my girlfriend didn't like it when you posted about thongs and she got jealous. Have you heard those? They're disgusting. Why are they still alive? Ew, ew, ew. They need to have so many people killed. What else? What else? What else? What else? A financially stable plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. I want to get back to cooking for myself and the occasional burger out in the town. What else? I'm bored. I miss eating everything. I won't die of starvation today. However, I didn't eat what I want to eat or the amount of calories that I need to eat in a day. Talking the FBI disposed NATO Interpol that is the Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States. It's May 7th, 2025. This is that I have. Overall energy. I need enough. What else? 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 My family of origin, for the most part, has killed millions of people in the past 40 something years. Trying to mock me that as an influencer, I can influence people to be healthy and eat. What else? They're disgusting. I don't talk to any of them. They're just my parents. Online. There wasn't ever, not even one, that I would find myself compatible with or that's kind. None of them are. What else? 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 I'm bored. I want to finish stitching that piece of shit again. And I need to vacuum my hair everywhere. Does the FBI say to people all the time, "Why is that save on your computer? What are you planning to do with that video of Arlene's where she shows the trash can like this or her bathroom like this?" What is it that you plan to do? Manipulate people to rape, as Arlene is raping people later on? Do literally like the police need to coach people and say, delete those videos from Arlene from your computer. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I imagine that goes on sometimes based on what I witnessed while I was growing up. What else? 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 I'm bored. I want Alice and Olivia again. I want to shop. What else? I'm bored. I took this the way of your saving money you can decapitate. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to visit Jade and Kiloni in Tampa next week. What else? What else? I want to order food for myself. Right now, not on money. What else? I'm bored. Reposting. I mean, talking about all of this. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I hate that the internet so slow on my laptop. And it has been a good day for me. I've managed to not blame anyone on Facebook about stealing from me, getting the way of receiving money, getting the way of dating money, living with me, about staying in my homes without my permission. What else? 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 So I'm very much hopeful for the future. What else? What else? I've been homeless for the past 5 years. I've been under the poverty level most of my life, sadly. For ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm a victim of theft. I'm a victim of domestic violence. I'm a victim of genocide. I'm a victim of sexual harassment. I'm a victim of harassment. Mostly everyone in my family who origin is a leech, a rapist, murderer, and thief. I'm no longer speech impaired. I couldn't say that, but I was saying it through Facebook in 2020 as people were verbally attacking me through Facebook. How embarrassing for those people. Not for me. I'm the victim. I have nothing to be embarrassed about myself. Anyways, I'm bored. Anyways, I earlier charging my phone and contemplating if I get coffee or not. I miss Kaylani and I miss Hayden. I miss Kaylani and I miss Hayden. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Do I take up or not? That's the question. My phone is turning off soon. Battery's at 50%. Maybe I can be quiet for a few minutes. Wasn't I? I was quiet for a few minutes. That's impressive too. Well, at the library, I didn't realize that I think I did. that my video was live. However, I was busy posting on social media, I think, or searching on the internet or listening to music too, or with my puzzle. That I think for 14 minutes, the start of the video, I was very. That was why I was a biblioteca. I visited Carver Library today, visited Basan Library, and I visited Bibliotech today. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals from me in my homes. It's May 7th, 2025. I'm bored. I'm bored. Laying down. And this is a book. What else? More. Bored. Who is this? Jaga. Oh, so many songs that have been created won't get released because I don't expose. What the people that abuse me too with the money that they steal from me, they don't exist to me. They've been dead for decades. Why would I bring them back alive? Ew. Oh. I miss you. I miss good morning. I shop H&M.com today. Money. Why take a nap? It's hilarious. I haven't eaten so badly in this home. Well, food stamps at all. What else? I like cooking for myself and for Jaden, for Jaden. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to read a book. I have two here. I want the Crawdads soon. I haven't finished reading. What else? What else? And I was listening to a book by Laura Roach and another book about failed businesses through bibliotech. When I had electricity in my apartment, like about a month and a half ago. I don't keep track of when it was though. I know that I need to pay my electricity, and I'm in a rush to do that. I'm no illegal prostitute like mostly everyone in my family of origin. They're gross. So they think that, oh, to not let people know that she doesn't have electricity in her apartment as if she's an embarrassment. She better start legally prostituting herself to us. They're disgusting. What else? I'm bored. They're embarrassing. Those people that go around are embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous. I'm excited about that. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's a blue sky designs. Pensando straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art shop. INTAYIFAY. I am Tire Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene Lorenzo /7. 0 people are watching 4 of my posts. What else? Steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. I'm bored. I'm bored. This is so slow. You can decapitate me, how means sons of sons that rape me, that steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money. I think that their names are Andrew, Alex, Albert, Basura, Leach. Asquerosidad, qué tipo tan puerco. Qué asco. Ew, blech. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm telling the FBI this post NATO. Interpol, the Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States. What else? The International Criminal Court, maybe the US Army, maybe the US Marines. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Heading to the library tomorrow. I don't want to stay in my apartment. I'm bored. Tired and emaciated. I'm the victim of one doesn't say I love you until the fourth day. For if she's the leech trying to rape me, they're stupid. They're stupid. They're stupid. They're stupid. So girls trying to kill me over my generational wealth. Ew, ew, ew. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They're stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. Men! That's what I want to meet. Possibly women too. But I'm so looking forward to if I have dick in me, if I find someone compatible. Dick excites me. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? My phone is turning off soon, possibly. The battery's at 7%. Turning off my laptop. What else? 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 I'm bored. And I got exhausted. I've done great today. I haven't blamed that steal from me that get in the way of me receiving money on Facebook today. Not specifically. Yay. This is progress for me. 5 years ago, I didn't even remember the names of those dicks that raped me. What else? What else? What else? I filed a police report a few days ago against someone that raped me in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. What else? What else? What else? What else? And I've publicly sent out notes to the FBI through the FBI tip form online on their website. I've sent screenshots of how people, mostly my family of origin, their relatives, colleagues, abuse me to the International Criminal Court. I've talked to the police about the abuse towards me. And in the past 5 years, I've peed in the toilet every day. What else? What else? Well, being poor and homeless. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I saw a Cirque du Soleil show in the past 5 years, well, under the poverty level and homeless. I shopped at Best Buy, Target. I shopped at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. I ate at Starbucks, not drank coffee, I ate at Starbucks. I loved it. I ate at the corner bakery. I ate at IHOP once. I ate at Taco Palenque. Ish. That was what, a little bit over 5 years ago. Maybe not, maybe 5 years. What else? What else? I've eaten an In-N-Out burger. I've eaten at the Cheesecake Factory, La Panaderia. What else? What else? Marciano's Little Italy. Stoneworks. Grimaldi's. What else? What else? South Florida's Pizza, Central Market, HEB. Excuse me. Those chef prepared meals are so convenient too when one just wants a hot meal and doesn't want to have to cook it or sit at a restaurant or go through a drive-through at a restaurant. What else? What else? Under the poverty level and homeless for the past 5 years, I visited Central Library, Carver Library, Basan Library, San Pedro Library, Bibliotech, West, East. No, have I not visited East? EDU. What else have I visited or eaten at or shopped at? I shopped at Old Navy. I ate at La Madeleine, at Panera. I browsed at New Balance. I shopped at Nike. I shopped at Victoria's Secret. I shopped at Ulta. Under the poverty level in the past 5 years, I ate a La Marginal, at Luna Rosa. Where else did I eat? Under the poverty level and homeless in the past 5 years. Munchies. What else? 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 I shopped at Michael's, browsed at Hobby Lobby. I shopped at Dollar Tree. I shopped at Top Shelf. In the past years, the past 5 years under the poverty level and we're homeless. Did I hear say I shopped at Walmart? In the past 5 years under the poverty level and we're homeless. What else? What else? I know McDonald's too. Twice. Once at the Rim, once at Broadway. What else? I purposely don't speak to anyone in my family of origin that's trying to make me look like I have Alzheimer's. They're trying to rape me. They're trying to traffic me into my parents' home for people to enter there and rape me. It's gross. They want to disrespect my dad that way. They already killed my mother trying to traffic me into Puerto Rico. They killed her trying to get a conversation with me. Or un enojo from me that I would just be like, guys, seriously, don't kill my mother, so I would have to talk to you. And they're like, what else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Under the poverty level and while homeless, I drank water at Hopscotch. At least twice I bought water for myself there. Maybe 3 times. Rainwater, liquid death. I've had there. What is the name of that rainwater? Like the can. So pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Under the poverty level and while homeless, I ate a first watch. I shopped at World Market. What else? What else? What else? What else? I browsed at Goodwill. I didn't find anything worth for me to shop for. There were some brand new pieces from Walmart, time and true, I think, for the most part. That if I had money, I would have considered buying for myself. But the price wasn't any much different than clearance price at Walmart. So that would be like my actual goal. I'd rather buy clearance than secondhand. You can decapitate Benjamin sweaters on his sons que no son hombres. Do they chop off their own dicks and die of like a bleeding ideally? For trafficking me into poverty, so I have to wear secondhand clothes just because they feel like it. And they think that I'm gonna take them out on a date. Qué asco, ese tipo es un puerco. Ese tipo es una basura. Él se cree que he has first dibs of my vagina and que he can control, even if it means that I tengo que arrastrarme casi to get my children back. I don't appreciate it and Kelani being traumatically separated from me. No dick is ever a priority to me. It won't ever be. What else? What else? What else? Da un asco. They go around getting their dicks wet. Literally everywhere. Da un asco. Son una basura, una lacra. Ellos sí que se arrastran por pene. Y vagina, una vergüenza, una asquerosidad. Full. And he took me hostage in my parents' home decades ago, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money times 3 at least, or 4, trying to be the only option for me. Eso es un ser cruel, asqueroso, puerco, puto. Lo peor que hay en este planeta. I don't ever want it near me. It's so gross. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. that terrorized my parents decades ago to start me as if mañana que se levante, mira, mi pena está disponible. And some people fall for that. He might not have even been available the next day. And I don't tolerate my rights being violated for him to have a good time with my vagina. That's still considered rape. He's violating my rights trying to get a good time out of my vagina. That's rape. If he knows that, first of all, he calls for my parents to not provide for me. He piggyback on that my parents already suffer from anxiety and depression, so he would bully my parents so that my parents would get worse. And then he wants to blame my parents as if my parents doesn't let him and I be together. And then he killed my mother thinking that I'm gonna be like, cuando ese nene es un puerco asqueroso, un menorito asqueroso, una basura. El tipo es un asqueroso, una basura, una asquerosidad. I'm so glad I didn't have a baby with that leash. I'm so glad I didn't marry a Catholic. Ew. Full. He just wants to take me hostage to make me miserable. I can't stand that leech. He's so disgusting. What else? You can decapitate. Is it Andrew? Is it Alex? Basura leech. Dan un asco. Ew. You can decapitate me. How many sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous with. You can give me money in person. Through PayPal, it's air, blue sky, the times go, lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAY, IAFAY, I am Tire Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo Acevedo. I'm doing great though. I haven't mentioned on Facebook anyone that has abused me today. This is progress for me, for my mental health, based on my current circumstances. I don't have electricity on my apartment, I don't have money. What else? So this is great progress for me. 5 years ago, I didn't even remember I was speech impaired. In 2020, I'm like, why are all these leeches verbally attacking me? Ew, I don't want to bring them up. I don't even know their names. I don't want to show up to a group chat and see them with their camisetitas de raya de me salve, pretending to like me, to rape me, or mocking me that I'm poor while they steal from me so I kill myself. And no matter what, Jesus fucking Christ. Even, what is that? Joe Biden and Mr. Trump have been so patient. The entire nation, the entire planet. Thank you so much for being so patient with me while I go through these difficult times for myself, Jaden and Kaylani. I was raped several times in 2016 and 2017 and 18, 19, 20. And I'm a victim of a hate crime, and every time that I cry out loud that I'm being extremely abused, it's like being used like a punching bag, everything. That's so embarrassing, those leeches. Ew, they should have to verbally abuse me through Facebook, through Messenger, through Gmail, through my website, arlenelorenzoart.com. Se emocionan, ven algo y se emocionan, dan un asco. They want to appropriate it because one won't let them rape one. They're disgusting. So they just want to literally become a part of it when one doesn't allow for them because they're disgusting. What else? So I already thank everyone at Villas Aiko East for me being so loud. In these painful times of getting it all out, I'd rather be shopping right now. But if I were shopping, my dad would be saying she wouldn't be seeking the death penalty. For the people that abuse her, steal from her, stay in her homes without her permission. And my dad and my mother truly listen to my wishes. It's like my wish is to get the death penalty assigned to the people that steal from me, that stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles, that get in the way of me receiving money. So, what else? 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 I've been going through a lot of screaming lately, especially in this building. There's no electricity in my apartment. I was in the refuge area about a week ago, almost every day after I didn't have electricity, charging my phone, but also thinking like, why am I going through this? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, that leech was raping me in my apartment in San Antonio. He had groupies of my vaginas in Puerto Rico, in Florida, in New Jersey, in other parts of the planet, in España, trying all to get my vagina picture and trying to slut shame me if I talk to them privately and trying to get me to kill myself. So I was going through a moment where I was like extremely loud, like what the fuck that these leeches, they're my age, some of them are older than me. They're of adult age. So gross, so embarrassing, so disgusting. People have talked to them for decades ago. To excuse me, to I just burped to behave like adults and they don't, they're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? And they know that they're in the public eye every day. They want to know what feed. They're addicted to themselves, but in an unhealthy way. It's so gross. It's so gross. They're so embarrassing. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I've done great. So far today, a full day of not blaming anyone, of abusing me on Facebook. I'm done for no filing police. But there's still a few that I have to get like into the mental clarity of filing a police report against Jorge Aviles that raped me in 2016. A police report against Juan Manuel Delis that raped me in 2017. I wonder if I can file a police report for Sarah Francis for planning a hate crime towards me decades ago. Because I didn't have a set of grandparents when growing up. They don't know what a bank is. So they literally bully one and try to kill one because one doesn't go on around saying, "Well, my grandparents died, but they left me like $35 trillion in the bank, guys." And then they want to be like, "Well, we're gonna be out on a boat with this girl. Like, let's behave, guys, let's behave. Her grandparents left her $35 trillion in the bank account when they died. So if we're good, she'll take us to Disney with her. She'll take us around, guys. Guys, we just have to be good and pretend to be her friend. And then with those $35 million that her grandparents left her, we can all go out with her. Guys, behave, okay? Behave." So that's how they are. They're stupid. They're so gross. They're embarrassing. You can decapitate Sarah Francis. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm tagging the FBI in this post. NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States. My phone is about to turn off. I don't know if I'll head over to. It's so peaceful there. There's like a balcony area outside of Villa's Eagles main office, and there's a bench that I've been sitting at for a few nights. During this weather, it feels so good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else?